June 1948, post-World War II Germany. U.S. aircraft interrupt the skies above this devastated country, delivering vital supplies to a democratic West Berlin, landlocked inside communist-controlled East Germany. Prompted by the Soviet blockade of all ground traffic into West Berlin, the United States partnered with the United Kingdom and France to support 2.2 million citizens non-stop for 15 months.
Through the Berlin Airlift, the Western Allies heroically took a stand against communist aggression in the first tense deadlock of the Cold War. This Operation Vittles advanced aviation technology,
Shifted relations between former friends and enemies, and preserved democracy in Western Europe. March 20th, 1948, Berlin, Germany. Tense political conditions torment our capital city. The US, UK, and France hope for a democratic West Berlin. However, the Soviet Union pushes for communism, a growing conflict of uncertainty on our horizon.
Washington Post, Allied Control Council fails as Soviet military commander walks out of foreign power meetings. Berlin's future uncertain.
Germany's eastern neighbors have already fallen, and if Stalin controls West Berlin too, who knows how far communism will spread? A complete domino effect!
Currency arguments in Berlin. Stalin outlaws Western-issued Deutschmarks in the Soviet zone. The black market thrives.
June 24th, the Soviet Union has blockaded all ground traffic, railroads, and motorways into West Berlin. There are only 36 days worth of supplies in our city of mostly women and children. We need food, medicine, and coal. Will the Western Allies take a stand for their former enemy?
a proposal, an airlift, but one of this magnitude was unprecedented.
General Clay, Robertson here. 8 of our British transport planes are on their way from England. General Clay.
Military Commander General Clay then phoned U.S. Air Force General Curtis LeMay.
Kurt, gotta need planes that can carry coal?
I'm sorry, General. Did you say coal?
Yes, coal.
General, the Air Force can carry anything, anytime, anyway.
The airlift, nicknamed Operation Vittles by the Americans, started just 2 days after the blockade, on June 26th. Air Force commanders phoned pilots and sent them to Germany. President Truman fully supported the airlift, declaring,
"We stay in Berlin, period."
Coordinating planes to land just minutes apart in Western Berlin's 3 airports, unload, and return west required a logistics genius. American Major General Tunner arrived in Germany on July 29th to take over operations. Tunner's first improvements to the airlift came after the fateful Black Friday, August 13th. 28 planes were circling above Tempelhof Airport at 12 different altitudes.
I can't see anything through this rain or fog. Tempelhof Tower, C-5489. Visibility 0. Altitude 2000. Continuing descent.
C-5489, Tempelhof Tower. We are on course and cleared for landing.
Altitude 2000. 200. Zero visibility. We'll attempt landing. I can't see anything!
The C-54 crashed at the end of Tempelhof runway, one of 4 to crash that day. General Tunner ordered all planes back to their home bases.
General Tunner.
Pilot, I want you to stay in Berlin until you find a way to eliminate this mess from ever happening again. All landings are now instrumental. If planes miss their descent, or if visibility and ceiling are low, they must return without unloading.
Yes, sir. The outer 2 air corridors would now contain planes flying into West Berlin, while the center would hold planes flying back to West Germany.
Tunner's new policies made the airlift more efficient, and reliance on radar reduced risks.
In mid-July, one pilot named Gail Halverson met some Berlin children at Tempelhof in the American sector. Touched that the kids would not ask for anything more than freedom, he promised to drop candy to them the next day.
He told them to watch for the plane that wiggled its wings and parachuted treats from the sky. U.S. citizens followed Halverson's example and sent donations to the poor children of West Berlin.
Mutter! 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 Mutter!
flash electricity from 4 to 6, and I must cook.
Are we having bean soup again?
I'm sorry, it's all we have.
Tune in, Radio American Sector News. Yesterday, November 2nd, in a great upset, Truman defeated Republican Senator Dewey in the United States election of 1948. Reporters say President Truman's strong stand for the progressive airlift may have contributed to his win. In other news, General Clay has announced that West Berliners will receive ration cards allotting an increased average of 2,000 calories a day.
This is wonderful news. The Americans will not desert us during the harsh winters like the Russians say. Stalin will eat his propaganda. Mara, how's work?
Tiring. 88 days, we women have labored at Tigal Airport in the French sector, building the runways from Berlin's war rubble. It is almost finished.
Amazing. The radio talked about the United States elections.
Oh, yes, the elections. The Berlin mayor elections are coming up.
Yes, on December 5th, the Soviets have declared it a work day in East Berlin to try to keep some from voting. We must vote against communism. A vote for Reuter means a vote for freedom.
The overwhelming vote in West Berlin did go to Ernest Reuter. However, the Soviets would not acknowledge him and installed a communist mayor in East Berlin.
Special feature, Airlift pilots persevere through flight dangers of fatigue, Soviet harassment, harsh weather, even deaths of fellow crewmen.
The airlift faithfully delivered over the minimum quota of 4,500 tons daily. And to break monotony, General Tunner challenged all air bases to an Easter competition, April 15th and 16th, 1949.
The result, a new record of about 13,000 tons of coal carried on 1,300 flights in 24 hours. After that, daily airlift tonnage never dropped below 8,800 tons.
Allies stand for freedom, saves millions of Berlin citizens. Soviets to lift blockade, May 12, 1949.
Dear Mother, the Soviets have finally backed down. I think Stalin's embarrassed. His plan backfired because the West wouldn't trade supplies with him during the blockade. We plan to continue the airlift a few more months to stockpile supplies in Berlin just in case. The Berliners had a huge celebration in honor of the lifted blockade and all the airlift personnel. They call us angels in uniform, but we're just doing our job. Miss you, Will.
The last flight of the Berlin airlift was flown September 30th, 1949. Cargo delivered in this 15-month airlift totaled over 2 million tons.
In the process, Operation Vittles advanced aviation communication and flight methods. It built an alliance of friendship between the Western Allies and Germany.
And finally, Soviet communism was contained and democracy protected in Western Europe.
Even today, Berliners have not forgotten the bravery of the Berlin airlift personnel.
Especially 101 heroes who died during this courageous stand for freedom. Ever since 1949, a crash site in Berlin has been adorned with fresh flowers daily.
Operation Vittles will soon be on our way, with coal and wheat and hay, and everything's okay.